What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And we're off from San Antonio. Starting from the 5. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Spins out of one stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on first. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the gun, Stroud. Brought in by Turner. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Stroud off the play fake. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second and 10, Stroud to throw. That one complete to Turner. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
All right.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Here we go, let's go.
On play action, here's Stroud. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, uno.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone. 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal.
That's right. Right.
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Blues finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming, allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow. Right.
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're going to face 3rd down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now a 4th down, staring right at him.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Cardinals out for the punt. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And that hit right at the 10. Somehow, though, got a wicked bounce and makes it into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Give now to the running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
17-yard line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Complete to DK Metcalf. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down, ball at the 36.
All right.
Throwing off the play fake here. It's complete to Turner. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All right.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, ball at the 36. Putting a receiver in motion. Stroud throwing here on 1st. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from this one right after this. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. It's taken in by Rome Odunze. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll give them a first down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here we go.
Man in motion here. Here's a give up the middle. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy, a lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
All right.
Play action on first down. He's got it. Touchdown. So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Blues double their lead to 14. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, 43, 43, 15, 57. Attack, attack. Hey, yo, hey, go. Right side.
Mahomes. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Play action, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Hey, 43, 15. Right side.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his right. That's caught for the 1st. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, and sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 26 on second down. Escapes the pocket. Brought in close to the 8. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
43!
Working inside the red zone. He's got it! And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Barkley has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical third down call.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from San Antonio. The Cardinals trailing in the early going. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Will Reichert now to try the field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Smith able to put it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they'll take this opportunity to discuss what's next over on their sideline. They're set up at the 35 now.
All right.
On first down, they'll run. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, Stroud. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up fourth down. The Blues out to get a boot into this one. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Pulled in at the 20. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be Cardinals football. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, Ripley. Hero, 15.
Looking to throw Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a short gain. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. So out now comes the punter. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. He's got it. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Brought in by Turner. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Look the hot.
1st down, Stroud. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. To the air, Stroud. He sends this one to the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. The Blues get more points to end a lopsided first half. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Setting up to try the point after. Oh, and it's no good. Just his 2nd missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half.
Yellow. Yellow, yellow. Hey, 57, 57. Return.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Finds his man, Gray. That play good for 17 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Yellow. Hey, 15, 15, 15. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. Yellow. Return.
Mahomes on first and 10. He fires one deep down the middle. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Intended target there was David Njoku. And now it's second down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. They got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow. 15, 15. Return.
Back to throw it. He's trying to go deep again. Brought in inside the 20. And he'll go down here at the 16. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The ball is teed up, and we're off in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now they send their back in motion right. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Yellow. Hey, 57, 57 color, 57 color. I don't need to. Return.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down throw, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing again, Mahomes. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
Now, that's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Attack, attack! Yellow, yellow! Watch out!
They go play action. It's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Intercepted in the end zone. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On play action, here's Stroud. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And that is a touchdown. The Blues push their lead further to start the half. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Blues stretch their lead to 21. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow! Right side!
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. He puts some power on a deep one left. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Blues are going to take over after the interception.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right, you've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Oh, right.
2nd and 13. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
2J.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Metcalf's got it, complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They gain 14 on the play, and that'll give them a 1st down.
That's good. 4-8.
Hand off to the back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go.
2nd and 8. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Oh, bro. Hey, south. 11.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Caught near the pylon. And he gets it to the 1, but goes out just before the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field. Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf, and that meeting didn't go so well.
Ow, but tonight. Under. Hey.
Running for it again. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. Dump off caught by his back. He has the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one right down the middle. And the Blues grow their lead yet again. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete, David Njoku.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Cardinals have it, 1 quarter to play in what's been a rough outing for them. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Pistol now for Mahomes. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throw. Big gain downfield. And he's out a yard or two shy of the 15. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
Line, line. 15. Where's that?
From the gun, McCaffrey. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
At the 16-yard
Where's
line.
that?
And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15.
Yellow. Attack, attack. Hey, yellow, hey, go going. Where's that?
Pressure coming from Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Yellow. Where's that?
3rd and long for Mahomes. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that lowers the gap to 25 points.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Uno more. All right.
Here's the handoff. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Blues keep running away with this. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Blues continue piling on to this lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
They're out and set. First and 10.
Right.
They motion a receiver left.
Where's that?
First and 10. It's Mahomes. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Has it downfield, working the left. Hits the 20. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals making the scoreboard look a touch better. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Off play action, it's Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. And he is into the end zone for 2, so that right there turns this into a 3-score game. Ooh, you could feel the greater sense of urgency from him there, Brock. Trailing on the scoreboard, and he took the initiative to convert that 2-point try.
Yeah, you always need your quarterback to be able to manufacture points, but especially when you're down. He's got the license to improvise anytime. And what a confidence builder to everyone around him when your QB can make something out of nothing.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
On the quick, right?
Stroud off the play fake. He put some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go, let's go.
From the gun, Stroud. Finds McConkey. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Hey, south.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
They give it to him again. And he's going to fight his way forward for a modest pickup to the 43. It's a gain of 3, and they are just a yard shy. 4th down upcoming.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Here we go. Eleven.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. He's going deep this time. He's got it inside the 25. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals putting up points in a game decided. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
They give it to the back of the zone lead. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Blues 41, Cardinals 23.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. He breaks a tackle. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. First down, ball at the 36.
Oh, hey. Good.
Here's Stroud now. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
15.
They've got a man in motion.
43. 43. Yellow. Hey, Ripley. Inside.
Second and 10 now. Taking a deep shot here. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in San Antonio. Cardinals trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
15.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Intended target there was David Njoku. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Yellow. Hey, 57.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Hey, Sunday. Yellow.
Throwing again, Mahomes. He lays out and gets it. Wow, that gets him the 2 points. They get the 2 out of it, partner. Nicely done, but into double coverage. Felt like they kind of got away with one there.
That is a quarterback's best friend. I can't tell you how many times your players, your teammates, your offensive skill guys around you come back to huddle. Just say, give me a chance. Please, just give me a chance. Throw it up. I'll make you look good. And he did right there.
And they've got it. No problem for the receiving team. The onside attempt fails. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Oh, ready.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. It's caught Metcalf. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Got to hurry this to the line.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
19 Texans. Hey.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Odunze's got it right side. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Hey, uno more. Hey, uno.
Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's second and goal. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal.
Here we go.
They'll send him up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Blues can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Oh, look at this, trying to surprise him with an end around. And he will get into the end zone. They go for 2, and that gives them a 3-score advantage. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Easy. Yellow. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Cardinals first down.
Yellow. 15. Hey, 57, Collins. Right on these two. Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Man in motion out of the slot. After the sack, another pass on second down. Finds his man Gray. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Hey, 43. Attack, attack. Attack, attack. Yellow, yellow. Forty-three. 15.
Third down, it's Mahomes. Oh no, they get him yet again. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Blues see the return go out of bounds. And that is how this game's going to end. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign.